going on, guys? Here with John Slater, and I am Ted Carr, if you don't know who I am. And both of us are living in Illinois right now, Bushnell, Illinois.
Yeah, tiny little town, good times.
Summertime. And we've been eating a lot of tomatoes these days, a lot of okra, a lot of stuff right from the garden, local peaches and stuff as well. Everything's good here. Everything's good in America, man, in the summertime, especially in the summertime. But something I think a lot of people watching this channel tune into often is the topic of NoFap and self-control in general. And I've been doing NoFap now. I've been on the NoFap lifestyle for over a couple of years now. And I've had long streaks where I go 100 days, streaks where I go 90 days, streaks where I go a couple months, streaks where I go a month. And the longest streaks are definitely the best. I'm on a very long streak right now. I lost count, to be honest. You definitely could lose count after a while. It's just like with raw food, eh? A lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm on like day 81 of raw food or something. But after a while, you don't even count because you just, you've been doing it for so long. Like, how many days have you been on raw food exactly? You don't even know.
No count, yeah.
Don't count. So it's not like a NoFap is not like a 30-day challenge or like a 90-day challenge or something. NoFap is just like, it's a lifestyle, like raw veganism. It's just something you can do a challenge, sure, do a cleanse, but
once you hit that day number, it's almost a perspective shift for some people. Some people love it so much they'll keep going, but yeah, you want to view it as this permanent change you want to create in your life. And yeah, setting a day number might be the initial push you need. It might trick your mind into getting started. Totally. And getting started is the most important part, obviously.
And the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part.
So I mean, in those senses it can be a good thing, but it definitely, any positive habit, you want it to be a sustainable change.
Yeah.
A change that lasts.
And the reason you do these 30-day cleanses or challenges or whatever is because you know it's going to make you feel better. That's why you do it. You wouldn't do it because you know it makes you feel like shit. You do it because it makes you feel better. And if you're feeling better from doing something, why would you not want to do it every day? Why would you not want to make that a part of your day-to-day life? Like, if it ends on day 30, your challenge ends on day 30, but you've been feeling good for 30 days, why not say, okay, I'll change it to like another 3 months or another 3 years or something. We just give yourself another little kick in the butt there. Just, if you feel good, keep doing it. There's no reason to stop. Now, the benefits I found from doing NoFap, first thing is that you just more self-control in every area of life. Like, how you do anything is how you do everything. If you don't keep your room tidy, you probably don't keep your car tidy either. If you don't like if you don't care about like how your nails look, you probably don't care about how your hair looks either, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. If you're lazy in one thing, you're probably gonna be lazy in a bunch of other things as well. And with NoFap, it's the same thing. It's like if you have a lot of self-control with like not touching yourself at night, you have a lot of self-control when it comes to getting shit done in life as well. Especially with productivity, man. Especially with like not scrolling through Facebook and just clicking the notifications and checking notifications and notifications, checking Snapchat all the time. If you're on NoFap, man, you don't want anything that's gonna bring your vibe down.
Setting those constraints can be one of the most effective ways to enhance the quality of your life, but the quality of life comes from a deeper satisfaction of getting more things done, for me at least.
Yeah, definitely.
And shortening the windows of time in which you're allowing yourself to enter those pleasure centers or those dopamine hits like social media is. You're tying the social media thing in. I find if I can avoid my phone the first hour of the day and hour before bed, my mindset's much better. And if I can narrow my social media use to one window of a day or 2 windows sometimes, I'm just able to live deeper and be focused on the moment versus if I'm checking Facebook on my phone 25 times a day, or Snapchat or whatever it is. And believe me, I still have periods where I fall back and I do those things, and like Ted said, you go through streaks where things are really well, but you'll notice the differences, the quality of your life when you've went 60, 90 days with NoFap or whatever lifestyle habit or change that is. You'll notice that. Tell people about the way you did like 2 meals a day for a while and how like you limited your pleasure window there. Yeah, so like my first year of raw vegan, after the first 3 months or so, I just kind of naturally went into a period where I was eating 2 meals a day, a big sweet lunch meal and a good sized dinner meal. And I think Chris Kindle and Doug Graham do a similar thing, but I found it very useful for me because you just don't think about food for 6-7 hours between lunch and dinner.
Chris Kendall, by the way,
4 or 5 hours.
Chris Kendall, by the way, is a raw vegan on YouTube as well. Check him out, The Raw Advantage. And Doug Graham, you can find him on foodandsport.com. He's also on YouTube as well, Food and Sport, just so you know.
Yeah. The long-term raw foodists too.
Yeah, other long-term raw foodists who've also exercised supreme self-control when it comes to food addictions, for sure. And
after a while, it doesn't feel like self-control. It's just what your body wants. It's what your body's used to, the rhythm it's used to. I mean, Ted's been fasting every day until what, about 2 o'clock? 3 o'clock. Yeah, it's about 3 o'clock now, and you're not hungry. I mean, at this point.
And initially, the first couple of days of doing it, it's like, oh, I want to eat, but that's when you practice self-control. So we use a little bit of willpower. And then, because you've been feeling so good, you want to continuously exercise that willpower, that self-control. And after a few days now, it's like, it's easy. It's easy now, right? So it's like John said, like the hardest part, the most important part is getting started, because once you get started, I wish you guys could see the squirrel. Can you see the squirrel? There we go. Eating his corn. So John and I have been eating a bit of corn too lately, actually. A lot of this local sweet corn. It's good, man. People ask me, Ted, how do you eat raw corn? And I say you peel it and bite into it, and if it's good, keep eating it. And that's that. Ideally go for the organic stuff, man. Got a little bug on me now, a little wasp. We were beekeeping this morning, and I used to want to kill ants, man. I used to want to kill bugs and wasps and stuff. And it's funny, like when I used to want to kill bees and stuff, that's when I was allergic to them, and if they stung me, I almost died myself. I had to go to the hospital. And now look at this, like I wouldn't want to kill this guy. I hope it doesn't sting me, but I don't want to kill him. And we did beekeeping this morning, and we did our best not to kill any of them.
Sometimes the best thing, yeah, and see, he naturally went away.
And now that,
just relaxation when you hit those bugs on, or give them a little.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to. Oh my God, a bee's around. Oh my God, a bee's around. Just chill. Practice some self-control. All comes back down to that. No, they did a study a long time ago with a bunch of kids, and these kids were like 5, 6 years old, even some 4-year-olds, some 3-year-olds, really young kids. They sat them down in front of a marshmallow, and they said, "Okay, kids, don't eat this marshmallow. We'll be back in 10 minutes, and when you come back in 10 minutes, you'll have 2 marshmallows. We'll give you another one, so you'll have 2." So they had good reason not to eat the marshmallow. You know, they were getting a reward at the end, and they knew it. But some of the kids, they just couldn't help it. They just, as soon as the guy left the room, they ate the marshmallow. They had no self-control. They exercised 0 willpower. They couldn't care less. They just went for it. They wanted that pleasure hit right away. But the kids who did exercise the self-control, when this guy came back, he gave them 2 marshmallows. So it was like, whoop-de-doo, they got a reward. Cool. That's not where it ends though. They followed up on these kids like 20, 30 years later.
Yeah.
And they found that the ones who back in the day exercised the self-control, the willpower, the self-discipline, had much higher qualities of lives. They were happier, they were healthier, they made more money, they lived longer. Everything about them was, they just lived a better life. And I'm not saying that, oh, it's tough for the kids who don't have any willpower these days, but it's like I'm saying that when you do get good at having a stronger willpower, like you can get good at having stronger legs or strong biceps or something, your quality of life skyrockets, man. You're just more happier, more fulfilled. And as John said, the best days are when he's
restricted my social media use, my mindless consumption. Basically what it comes down to is just being conscious of what you're doing, but the easiest way to do that is eliminate the distraction, eliminate the dopamine hits.
Conscious of what you're doing and conscious of how it makes you feel. That's huge, because it's like, yeah, I'm conscious of whether I'm taking a bong hit right now, or smoking, or I'm also conscious aware that I'm eating like an unripe tomato or something, but none of those things make you feel really good about life, you know? What makes you feel really good about life and your place on this planet is like doing the like what you know is right, you know, eating the really good fruit, helping someone out in a really good way, doing good things for people and doing good things for yourself, working on projects with people and stuff, being aware of what you're doing, but also being aware of how you feel when you do those things. Like when I make videos, the reason I'm making this video right now is because I wrote it down this morning to do a YouTube video. That's a good habit I have, writing a list of things I want to do that day. But why do I want to make a YouTube video? It's not so I can make $2 on the ads that I make from these videos. I make maybe $2 or $3 a month per video I put up. That's nothing. The reason I do it is because it feels good to express. And here I'm expressing with a buddy here. John's here now, so we're both getting that hit. And the days when I express, I don't suppress, are the days I feel good. So the opposite of expression is suppression. and suppression turns to dis-ease, and dis-ease turns to disintegration. So you always want to express yourself, man.
Find people that you can express yourself with.
Yeah.
If you're not around those people right now, well, maybe it's because you're not trying. Step out of your comfort zone a little bit and be a little bit more vulnerable with them. If you're finding you're not able to do that, find new friends. Find, you know,
go to festivals, bro. We met at a festival.
Yeah. And I've got to say,
how many other people did you meet at the festival?
The people in this community are just, those are the type of people that you can be this way with.
All of your tightest friends now, bro, are like from this community, from people you met at festivals.
Yeah, many of them. I mean, I've still got a lot of good friends outside of the community, but the people I've met inside this community are of the highest quality. Of the highest quality.
You know they're going to be lifelong.
Great friends.
Lifelong.
Yeah.
Lifelong.
No doubt.
When you share the fundamentals, man, you can grow together. It's like you lay the foundation for a building, that building goes up all on that same foundation. But if you don't share the same foundation as someone else, something as fundamental as like diet or something, it's hard to go tall, it's hard to go vertical, it's hard to go deep with that person, man, because you don't share the same foundation. The foundation of healthy living and wanting to improve yourself and do good things for yourself and others and the planet. Like all of our conversations revolve around like, how can we improve? How can we do better? Self-reflection, like what could we have done better? What could we have done better there? We don't gossip, we don't say like, oh, this sucks, we don't complain. It's just this is high vibe shit, man. So there's people out there like us. You don't need to hang out with John and I. There's people out there in your neighborhood right now.
Lots of people. And the other thing I would recommend is if you're not around those people, be that person, because maybe they want to be that person and they're just not there yet.
And the biggest outlet for me, man, like John wouldn't have known who I was. He wouldn't have walked up to me at festival and said, hey Ted, how's it going? He wouldn't have messaged me at all if I wasn't making YouTube videos. Make YouTube videos, get your thoughts out there. You become a target for really cool people. Like you become a lighthouse. Like by making these videos, I'm standing up and saying like, I stand for healthy, happy living. Like this is what I'm all about. And John sees that and he's like, oh, this guy's cool, I'm gonna message him, get in contact. But it's because I held up the signpost, you know, and saying like, really cool guy available right here, like just come hang out. Come hang out. Let's talk, let's meet up, let's go for a run, let's do stuff. Yeah man, just do cool stuff with each other. So all the cool people that you know on YouTube is because they're putting up stuff on YouTube, man.
No doubt, no doubt.
But
this has turned into a nice little discussion about, yeah, all this stuff. Like,
yeah, it starts, ideally we want to make this conversation about nofap,
yeah.
But really like nofap stems out, it's not just about not touching your dick, it's also about not going on social media, it's about not drinking alcohol, it's about not relapsing to food that you know you don't want to even be eating, it's about holding in your mouth and not saying those negative things to people when you really want to say them. Self-control in all aspects of life.
And when we say the social media thing, it's like obviously social media is essential for what Ted does or connecting with friends. It's an excellent tool, but we're talking about consumption versus production.
We're producing here, making this video.
I mean, it's something I still struggle with a lot, but I realize it. I make the connections, and that's the important part, the important first part. So
that's it, guys. So just, if you want any more research on nofap, there's plenty of videos on it. I'll link a video at the end of this video about nofap, some of the other things I've talked about with it. But it really is just all about holding in that life force as well. And you just letting that life force emanate through you, rather than just wasting it on no one, really, on no one. So save that life force until you're ready to release it with that someone, that special someone.